Hello, my beautiful vibrant energies. Hi, I am Vibrant V. Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be doing some healing messages for Aries. Okay, so it's just going to be whatever the messages are that it's going to be helpful and healing to Aries. What area of your life you need to be more focused on at this time? Yeah, that sort of thing. Okay, so the Seven of Pentacles and the Four of Swords. First two cards out. So some of you, I feel like there's a period of, it's kind of taken, not, okay, hold on one second, guys. There's a strong sense of either needing to take a break or needing to rest and reflect, rejuvenate, and to heal. Oh, okay, thank you. Okay. Ooh, and the moon in the reverse. That's interesting in terms of your healing messages. So yeah, with the moon being in the reverse, it could be that some of you guys are not paying attention to your intuition. You might not be seeing all the clear signs that you need to at this point, or it might be coming up. There might be something that will happen that you might not be trusting too much. There's something here, okay? Now, so the Seven of Pentacles is about seeds that you've planted, efforts, investments, that you'll be rewarded for in the future. It could also speak of needing to have patience, a time for resting, planning for the future. And also it could represent unnecessary worries, okay? So I'm just reading what's on the card here for you guys. The Four of Swords speaks of insight that comes from meditation, the need to rest, take a vacation, allow yourself more time before making a decision, mental exhaustion, and get more sleep. Right. And yes, with the moon here, so this is listen to your intuition, pay attention to signs from the divine, unnecessary worry, let go of your fears, revelations that will make everything clear, okay? So in terms of this being your healing messages, okay, so actually, you know what? So the best idea would be to put it upright. Okay. So looking at this, Aries, it's pretty obvious in terms of what the card has said, right? The cards have said and explained, but I feel for some of you, it really is, a need for you to look at what you have nurtured, or there will be a period for you to consider all that you've invested in. Okay, so whether you'll be taking a break to look at that or to consider it, to think about it, to meditate on it, to have kind of a gratitude type energy about it, or maybe you journal, maybe it's you reflecting on those sort of things, and putting that down, writing that down, putting that down, or it could also speak of, it's basically a sense of rejuvenation is really what I'm getting, okay? It's kind of like you've done some work, you've done some things, you've put some effort into certain things in your life, Aries, and you're going to need to take a minute to kind of pause from that. Now, some of you, it could be, genuinely here that you could be gardeners, there could be something to do with floristry here as well for some of you. Some of you, it could be that you do some kind of work where you plant ideas. And I say plant ideas, but where you're a type of person who gives people ideas or possibly advice as well, is kind of the energy that I'm getting here. I feel like some of you guys definitely do things where it's healing other people. Okay, there's a sense of nourishment and nourishing about your energy here, Aries. So I do feel like this is something that you possess, and perhaps you've invested a lot of time in that, and it's depleted you. And now you do need to take some you need to have some rest. Now, for some of you guys experiencing the energies that we're in right now, I feel a sense of, I feel like some of you guys, you might be challenged by sleep at this moment. So as much as you're being encouraged to get the sleep, it's not that I don't think some of you are not trying to get sleep. I think it's a genuine thing where there might be, I don't know if it's concerns, worries, or it's the fact that, in the evening or nighttime, you reflect on what you've invested in, what you've been doing, and what you've achieved for the day. And maybe that keeps you awake, if that's the situation. Some of you, it could just be, you might just be struggling to sleep, and the lack of sleep might be impacting your ability to see things clearly, to trust what decisions to make and what, you know, where you need to be guided. Okay, so overall it just feels like you have invested and you need some healing. Okay, and I say you need some healing, but you need some time for yourself. You need to replenish and regroup, basically, is really the energy that I'm getting here, Aries. So yeah, so I mean, overall, it looks good in the sense of you have been taking some action, my darling. So I'm really proud of you, and that's really good. And it is action that's going to reward you later on in the future. So whatever it is that you're doing, you need to keep on working on that, most definitely. But first, right now, it feels like in the present, you need to meditate. You need to take some time to yourself. You need to, I don't know if it's yoga or any kind of healthy regime or routine. Perhaps you need to look into restoring those or maintaining them. Okay, so whatever that looks like for you, my sweetie pies, go ahead and do it. Whether it's journaling, dancing, singing, you know, I don't know, some of you, maybe you practice self-defense and you go out and you do physical things like that, mixed martial arts type stuff, then maybe go ahead and do that too. Whatever it is that kind of exerts some kind of energy as well, for some of you might need to do that in order to wear yourself out enough to have a decent sleep. Some of you, it could just be that you need to be able to, you know, do some bedtime meditation. Sorry, I feel like I'm shouting over the, yeah. Some of you, it might be that you need to do some meditation before bedtime, or listen to, you know, sleep hypnosis type music, whatever it is here, just to get a sense of replenishment and healing. Some of you might need to light your candles, have your bath, you know, all of those those healing type activities. Okay. Now, with the moon being present here, and it did come out in the reverse, but, you know, the fact that this is healing messages, I'm keeping the cards upright. Yeah, that's my intuition guiding me to do that. So it's a sense of, I feel like once you have got yourself into a place where you feel more healed and more rejuvenated, or it's through meditation, you could be getting some, you know, downloads, insights, whatever. You could be having some kind of revelations, or your spirit is speaking to you. Or some of you, it's the fact that you need to do that in order for your intuition to be awoken again, if that makes sense. Well, it does make sense for those of you who understand what I'm saying. Okay. So it's that whole thing when you're kind of burnt out, you've been working on things, you've been doing and going and doing and investing and working and la 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 la. Then it's kind of like, okay, you need to take a break, need to take some time out, you know, whether it's a spa retreat, whatever it is that you need to do, basically. Maybe you need a massage for some of you. If you're like me, I'm telling you, you might need a massage in your shoulders specifically, because I don't know why I've woken up and my back and my body and my shoulders just feels really tight. My shoulders I've been having issues with for a little while now. So I don't know. You know, it reminds me of having a chip on your shoulder, that type of concept. So I've been talking to myself about my chip on my shoulder, perhaps. So yeah. But in terms of like my back, I've woken up and I'm just feeling it needs a good stretch or massage. So yeah, some of you do that. But whatever it is that you do that's healing, I think then it's going to be able to open up your intuition. You're going to be able to have this trusting energy, and you're going to be able to trust, you know, your direction and where you want to go next. So now I'm going to pull 3 oracle cards from the Wisdom Oracle deck. Is that the one? No, I'm sorry, that's not true. The cards here are the Angel Wisdom Tarot and the Chakra Wisdom Oracle cards. Here we go. That's what this is. So I'm going to get... Oh, sorry. I'm so dramatic, guys. Okay, let's get 3 cards out for Aries, please. And sorry, the moon energy being present here, guys, is very much about... the moon energy is about, this is Piscean and Cancerian energy. Okay, so there could be something for some of you guys. I don't know if it's that you've been dealing with some stuff within yourself. There's some things that you've been kind of working on within yourself, or the family in some cases here for some of you guys. Okay. 2 more cards for Aries, please. Ooh. Oh, sorry, I haven't even shown you guys. So the first one that came out was abundance, darling. So whatever it is that you've been planting and working on, there is abundance ahead for you, sweeties. It is coming up for you. It is possibly sealed away in a way where, I say sealed as in, you know, you need to unlock it, but that's going to take, you know, some time. It's not something that's going to happen overnight. We also have destiny here that came out. Yeah. This is awesome. Okay, hold on 1 second. Oh la la, Aries. Well, I'm liking your healing messages. I'm very positive. So yeah. One more. Thank you. And isolation. Okay. So some of you, you are either... Okay, right. So with the, like I said, we've already described the abundance card here just briefly, but it's basically a sense of you just keep on working for whatever it is that you're striving towards, right? And try, here's the thing, you can, it depends on how you think, it depends how you think and feel that's gonna impact what you produce, okay, my darling? So be mindful of your thoughts at this time as well, Aries. So here's the thing, we attract what we think, right? Not always, sometimes there are lessons and we need to learn in life, and it's going to come to you regardless of whether or not you ask for it, okay? Because I think that's something that we need to be mindful of. We always say, oh, you only attract what you are and what you think. Well, sometimes, let me tell you something, you're attracting things because you are a magnet. You are a magnet of good, and therefore there are people who are needy and they get attracted to you. Does that make sense? So it's not a bad thing necessarily. It doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you, but when you're trying to manifest something for yourself, it's just about managing the thoughts and having it more. And I do this thing where it's like a 80-20 or a 70-30% thing I do in my mind, where I'm like, okay, I acknowledge that as a human being, we're going to have some challenging thoughts. We're going to have some self-limiting beliefs. We are going to have some unresourceful thoughts. We're going to not believe in ourselves. We're not going to have some faith sometimes. So that's okay, and that will be the 20 to 30%. That's all right. We've got to leave room to express our weaknesses, to acknowledge our weaknesses, to embrace our weaknesses. We are not perfect, right? And so 70 to 80%, I try to keep, and this is in my mind space here. It's a mentality of I am achieving what it is I want. I'm taking the right steps, and I'm receiving the right things. I'm attracting the right things. Do you know what I mean? So it's about that. It's about being fair to yourself, basically, as a human, my darling. That yes, as much as you want to achieve, as much as you want certain things, you just need to kind of balance out how you think about it. So if you're having like, oh my God, it's never going to work out, it's going to be terrible and this, that, the other, well, you might find that it's harder to manifest what you want, or it might take longer, okay? I wouldn't dare say you'll never manifest it. For all I know, you might, but you might manifest it in a way that you don't want. Okay? So just be mindful of that. For some of you guys, you'll know what I mean and what resonates and what doesn't. And with destiny here, now some of you, your destiny can be being revealed to you once you take some time to meditate, once you take some time to heal yourself, to recover, once you have that rest, that sleep, that rejuvenating activity, whatever that looks like. Once you engage in that, I feel like at that point you'll get some kind of guidance. With destiny being here, look at, it's almost like you're seeking higher wisdom, basically. I'm not sure why there's two of you. So this is, and I say I'm not sure why there's two of you. This speaks to the light and the dark within you. This is exactly the point of embracing who you are and the strengths and weaknesses within yourself, okay? And then seeking guidance, from your angels, your guides, your, the God that you serve or spirit, whatever you call it, because it doesn't matter to me what you label it. Source, creator, etc., etc. Maybe you just say etc. I'm joking. Sorry guys, there's always got to be a bit of humor here. But yeah, so I think it's just, you're going to get some kind of revelation or enlightenment or guidance, spiritual guidance, wisdom. Effectively, I feel like there could be as you seek that wisdom and that guidance, I think it will allow you to see more clearly what it is that you need to do and who you are and what you're destined to have, to be, and work on. Do you see what I mean? Okay, so rest assured, it's working out. You're on a. Aries put it this way. I think you're on a. In terms of what you're doing practically towards whatever goals you're trying to achieve right now, I don't care what that is, whatever that looks like for some of you, okay? You have been investing the right type of energy into it enough that you're at the 7 of Pentacles. So you're 3 away from that 10 of Pentacles, bank, community, family, that whole everything lifestyle you're seeking, right? Some of you already have that, but whichever part of it that's missing for you is my point, okay? For you to get to that level of, physical success is really what I'm getting at, because that's what Pentacles represents. It's your material world. You're working on it, you've been working on it, and it's going to lead to that abundance. It's here, it's given. It's actually very much here, present for you, okay? You need to kind of take some time to heal, to regroup. Some of you, maybe it is that you're in a place where you need to have not just sleep or, but you need to rest and consider. So if you are, let's say you are journaling, for example, and you are writing down your thoughts or your affirmations, whatever it is, I feel like this is giving me an energy of needing to and I keep saying meditate, but meditation is such a huge part of everything, but because it gives you that clarity of mind and it lets you know what, you're able to think, you're able to sit with your own thoughts and decide what it is that you want, basically. And as you decide what it is that you want here with destiny, as you get that revelation, it gets dropped into your spirit, with your guides that are speaking to you, it's kind of like it's going to open up your, it's the crown chakra. I believe it's going to open up your crown chakra to receive that wisdom, that information that you need, that spiritual download that you need, in relation to what you're trying to achieve, who you're trying to be, the clarity that you need, basically, at this time. I'm sorry, I'm stumbling over my words. I really feel the energy of this, but it's like I'm really struggling. Some of you, though, I feel like you might be getting guidance, and it might not just be spiritual. You might be getting some physical guidance and physical help here as well, or your destiny could be tied to somebody else as well. But ultimately, basically, the point I'm getting at is some of you guys might be doing a lot by yourselves, or maybe you're in a very solitary, isolated, with the isolation card coming out here for sure, right? It could be that you might be needing to connect with somebody else in this moment, just for consideration for some of you guys. Okay, now. Isolation being here. I need you guys to consider whether or not this isolation is what you need to be doing, or if it's that isolation is the opposite. Okay, wait. Do you need to isolate yourself right now, or do you need to be getting out, engaging with other people? Those are the questions. And so you need to decide which one it falls on, because the moon coming out in the reverse lets me know that the isolation may need to come to an end. You might not be trusting your intuition and stepping out of your comfort zone. And it doesn't need to be isolation as in just physically in the house. Some of you, yes, maybe that's a thing here. But if it's that you're physically in the house, some of you, your isolation of you being in the house is where you're working on whatever it is that you want, that's going to make you feel abundant. Okay, so whether that means you're doing a business from home, whether that means you are redecorating, renovating your home, whatever, you see what I mean, whatever it is, or maybe it's that you're healing family issues here, whatever it is, maybe you planted, and that's the whole thing here, you've nurtured a family and you're tired and you've done a lot of work in the family, your mom, your dad, you're stressed out, these kids, that, whatever it is, the bills, whatever, and you just need a moment to yourself and you need to kind of have some self-care time. So maybe there's that, so yeah, in terms of the isolation, it could be that you need to take some time away from the family, maybe in a different room, or maybe, I don't know, maybe you guys need to send the kids away or whatever it is that you need to do so that you can work on what you need to within the home, whether that's, like I said, the examples that I've given, okay, whether it's a business or whether it's actually maybe you need to clean up the house and the kids are getting in the way or whatever it is, I don't know, okay? But some of you, your isolation is, again, with everything that's going on here, some of your isolation is going to open up your spirituality. It's going to open up your intuition, your ability to see the signs that you need. Just be mindful that the isolation isn't out of fear, guys. That's the only thing I would say, okay? So just be mindful here. And I'm going to get 3 moon oracle cards for you guys before I end this reading, Aries. So, come on. Ooh. Oh, la, la. Oh, okay. Meditate and contemplate. New moon in Pisces, baby. Yeah, see? She's telling you the truth when she speaks, eh? Yeah. It is. I feel like this is about you really needing to sit with yourself and maybe address your emotions here as well. The fact that it's in Pisces, the new moon is in Pisces, it's giving me a sense of you probably need to heal some kind of emotionality of a way of thinking possibly right now. You are good way of thinking right now. You are good enough, full moon in Virgo. You are, my darling. You need to heal the possible attitudes that you have about success or what you're going through right now, or the feeling overloaded possibly here, Aries, okay? But this is really awesome. So honestly, I feel it's calling for you as well to kind of reflect on how much you have achieved, my darling. Like, remember it. So this is what I'm saying about the journeying and the sitting, that it's about remembering what it is that you desire. Some of you, it's about remembering in terms of who you are. Like when you sit down and you get that spiritual download, it's a remembrance of oh, this is who I am, this is what I'm about, this is what I desire, this is, you know, so maybe it's that kind of like a past life remembrance type thing or whatever. But it's, yeah, knowing who you are and accepting that you are good enough in all areas. Aries, oh my God, I'm loving this for you. I'm gonna only take in one card, my darling, so let's not fight over that. One more for Aries, please. Thank you. Ooh. Your commitment is being tested. Oh, child. Okay. So I love this. I love this. I love this. I love this. Okay. I love this. So guys, right, honeys, babies, it's everything that I've been telling you guys, okay? I want to kind of close the reading now, but it is literally everything that I have been saying to you. It's just a matter of you, you need some healing. You need some, and I say healing, you need a bit of a rest or a break, okay? Whatever that looks like. So try and set that aside for yourself so that you can have some time to really reconsider who you are, reflect, process, and sit down to write some positive affirmations as well, or tell yourself some positive affirmations, because you are good enough. Whatever it is that you're doubting right now, that you're unsure of, or maybe you're not even feeling, you're not feeling well enough, whether that's mentally or spiritually, I'm letting you know that you are good enough. The card is here, it's telling you. And that's something that you need to look at. You need to see the evidence of that. With the Virgo energy, you can't convince a Virgo that things are okay if they don't believe it, if they can't see the evidence of it, if there's no, do you know what I mean? Virgos are very critical. They're very judgmental as well when it comes to certain things. So this is about you judging fairly and accurately to see your strengths effectively. That's what this is. Instead of seeing the weaknesses or the challenges, you need to see your strengths at this point. All right. Your commitment is being tested. And so this is about identifying who you are, what it is that you're about, what it is that you want. Not just identifying, but, because you've already identified it, I imagine, so some of you. But it's about continuing on that journey, and regardless of what the trials and tribulations are, for you to keep on that journey and trust it and to have faith. Oh, honey. Okay. Right. Aries, I'm going to end your reading here. I want to thank you so much for your time. I wish you the absolute best with your healing at this time. This is absolutely gorgeous and very powerful stuff. And you're doing great. Well done. So yeah, put on your notification bell. Like, subscribe, comment down below. I don't know if I even said any of that. Excuse me for the reading, but yes, please feel free. I would appreciate your support. Put your notification bell on for the other readings if you are interested in any of the other signs, okay? All right, well, you take care. I wish you the best. And if you've got any healing, positive messages that you want to put down in the comments, please feel free. Any positive affirmations as well, guys. As many of you that can be bothered to do so, write some positive affirmations, because it helps not just you, but other people around you. So yeah, that's the challenge. That's the call to action today. Write some positive affirmations that you use, or maybe you can suggest just to other people, okay? Thank you. Bye. My nails don't even make no sounds. Sorry.